Hello and welcome to Not So Awesome Reviews. Here we're looking at the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 Sonic with Map and Ring Pouch by Jakks Pacific. So I was going to do Tails first, but after messing with the Sonic, I'm really excited with this figure that he might be my favorite one of the wave. Now, I had a feeling that this was going to be an updated Sonic when I saw the 3-pack. We reviewed it a while ago, the one with all of him in his different costumes and everything, and I was right. This is a different body, completely different, smaller, just overall nicer looking than the first release. Not too different in a few areas, but yeah, he's definitely smaller, definitely a different mold, and just all around, I like this one a little bit better than the other one. Both of them are good figures, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, just the size of it, the fact that they fixed a few paint issues and stuff. So we'll just get into the body really quick of the figure, which looks amazing. Again, he is a smaller body, and we'll do a comparison pretty soon, but you can see he does have the lightning around him to simulate that kind of charged up effect and everything. His stomach is painted in all the way. It's round, it's nice, it doesn't have that weird curve thing that the initial release had. His eyes, face, and everything looks really good, really clean, nothing to complain about there. And yeah, just overall, I think it's a great looking figure. The patch looks fine, looks cool, has some nice detail on it that you can read and everything, as does the map, where it says Safe Worlds, and you can see where it's crossed out, where he has circled and everything. Really nicely detailed. I do think it's kind of weird that we got these accessories with this Sonic, just because these are things you would expect him to get with the first movie Sonic, though we never got a first movie Sonic, which is fine. So we're getting them now. I guess it fits. It's cool. I don't really have an issue with it. I'm glad we got them because they are kind of important to this version of the character. So it is cool to see, and he can hold it in both hands, as you guys can see here, which is awesome. And you can see here for the pouch, again, the detail on it is really nice. It's really big. It's not like crunched up in the middle, which is what I would have expected. But it's fine. It says emergency use only, which is really nice. A great detail added on there. It looks cool. Just a nice piece of plastic, I guess you could say. Next up, we do have the map here, which again looks really nice. You can see all the little individual drawings, safe worlds, and the X and circle. It's really done really nice. The back of it is flat. Would have been cool if it was paper. This way it won't break, I guess, but if it was like a nice cloth or something, I think I would have liked it a little bit more. I don't know, but it is really nice. I really do like the detail on it. I'm glad they included this. So looking at Sonic close up, the face detail on it, it looks really good. They did get the line work perfect on this one, though you might want to look through other Sonics if you have the option to make sure you get one with a nice deco on it. Lightning, again, not a fan. Honestly, I kind of hope they release another version of him. Same body, but without the lightning. If not, I'm going to definitely have to erase that somehow. I'm sure there's a way, something to just get the deco off. I don't think that's gonna be too big of a deal, I should say. But yeah, I really like this body compared to the original, which again, I don't have an unopened, non-painted one. You can kind of see it right there. I know it's a little bit out of focus, but there is differences, especially in the eyes, the face, and everything. But I do have my custom painted one right here. So we can take a look at least the faces, the size, and everything, so you can see. So you can see right off the bat, the new one is a lot smaller. He's a lot more proportioned, I think. I like the body on him more. This one's a little bit more lengthy, a little bit taller. The legs are definitely a lot longer on him than they are on him. The shoes are pretty sure are the same with the hands and everything. Head sculpts are different. Just this one is smaller, this one is bigger. The eyes are done slightly differently. His are a bit larger. The green is a little bit more prominent and everything. His a little bit more thinned out and everything. The smiles are basically the same. The paint on his face is different than the paint on his face. I actually prefer this one to the original release. And yeah, just overall, the smaller look I think suits him a little bit better. I think he's a little bit better proportioned, like I said. Both, again, great figures. I can't complain about either of them. I do love both of them, but if you're in the market and you haven't picked up one of these yet and you see both of them in the store, honestly, I would lean towards the new one just because it's a little bit more accurate to the movie. Yes, the lightning might be putting you off, possibly, but it's not bad. It's just not my favorite thing, and I'm sure, again, I don't know what it is, but I know there's something I can use to kind of just strip the paint, but anyways, aside from that, articulation is what you would expect. He can look left and right, can pivot a little bit, but not really, because for some reason they just don't want to give us a hinge in the neck, which would make it a lot easier. Anyways, arms can move up that much. His just popped off. which is kind of a running theme with the quality control, but let's see if I can get that in there. Yeah, so you can see, yeah, quality control wise, on this Sonic, on this arm, not the best. The other arm works fine, but this one might give me some problems. Can rotate, does have a hinge, which again, gotta be careful not to break it. Maybe this hinge, yeah, this hinge works better. This one's a little tight. I've mentioned it before, if you're going to try and work the hinge, be careful, pop it out, and then just move it back and forward. You gotta be careful, you don't want to break it. If you feel like you're forcing it too much, then you might end up breaking it. So again, just be very careful. Heat sometimes helps, sometimes it doesn't, depending on the type of plastic, but yeah, it's a really thin joint. It doesn't look like it goes all the way in either, which is interesting. Maybe it does, up, yeah, there it goes. So yeah, basically what you're going to want to do is just work it back and forward until it smoothens out. And even sometimes after it smoothens out, there's a good chance it'll go back to being a tighter joint, but you can see it does move a little bit more freer now, so that's a good sign. As for the one that's a little bit loose, I just need to figure out if there's something blocking it. Maybe I need to cut into it a little bit more, I don't know, but that'll be for another day on my end. Anyways, it does have that rotation there. Rotation at the wrist right there. You can kick up, kick back. I do feel this joint wanting to come out. Kick outwards. He does have that knee right there, and then that rotation and slight swivel, but not really, at the shoe. Those are the other joints, just out of curiosity. Ooh, definitely really tight. I felt the plastic right there. There was extra plastic, which, again, is like a little bit of running theme with these figures where there's a little bit of excess plastic that kind of just gets in the way right there and starts to chip off. It's fine. Not something to worry about, but definitely something you want to get out of the way afterwards. A little bit of a stress mark right there. Is that? No, that's just the paint. That's just the paint, so we're good on that. So really the only issue I have with this Sonic is the arm being a little bit loose in the joint, in the sense that it wants to pop off. It's not loose in the sense that like it's like flopping around and stuff. Just loose in the sense that it doesn't want to go in all the way. Or at least stay in. Yeah, so quality control issues kind of continue with the Sonic, which is disappointing because, again, this is my preferred Sonic. I will say, though, that the original release, he did have some tight joints, but for the most part, pieces like this one falling off, or like I've been having with the Super Sonic where his knees don't want to stay on, yeah, they don't really exist in the first batch, or the first wave Sonic, which is kind of weird. You would think that if they were going to have these issues, they would have been with the first wave, and then the second wave would have been fine, but for some reason the second wave is proving to have some more quality control issues than this one, and especially since I picked up at least 3 of these. There's one I haven't opened, and I have 2 because I repainted one, and then I decided to do a video on how to repaint it, so yeah, I know that for the average, for him at least, it's not bad joints. So far, I'm 2 figures into this line where they're not the greatest. But hopefully it's not a big white set issue, because again, this probably is the preferred Sonic to pick up. Anyways, for a quick size comparison, here he is compared to his 3-pack, which uses the same newer body. There is differences in the eyes on this figure and this figure. I believe these two share the same eyes, so you can't see them because of sunglasses, but they do share the same body and everything, which is a smaller, more accurate, a lot nicer looking body in my opinion. So that's kind of how I knew they were going to be updating him, because when I did a review on him, I noticed how much taller the initial release was compared to those ones. So it is nice to see that they went with the newer body for the second wave, because again, in my opinion, proportion better, looks a little bit better, both great figures, but definitely the one I like the most. Next up here, he is next to Wave 1 Tails and the new Knuckles. You can see the size comparison here. A lot better, again, compared to Knuckles, who is kind of kneeling down a little bit. He is a lot taller than Sonic, as he should be. It makes the size different a lot better, in my opinion. So that's a bonus on that. And Tails just looks like Tails, and he's awesome because he's Tails, but we'll get to a review on him next. And lastly, here he is compared to Super Sonic, which again shares the same body. I will say that the only way to get him to stand, unfrustratingly, is to have him looking to the left, which is annoying. Thankfully, normal Sonic here does stand pretty good. He can fall backwards, as you saw throughout the video a little bit, but it takes a little bit of a force and a little bit of a push because he can be back heavy, but for the most part, he can stand up straight, which is awesome. Supersonic doesn't share that luxury. Both of them QC issues. You can kind of see they both have the same weird thing going on with the arm, where it looks like the plastic didn't clench on good, which is kind of weird. Both the same arm too, so hopefully that's not going to be a theme throughout every single, release of this, but I guess only time will tell. Other than that, both great figures, just with quality control issues, which $10, it's cheap, it's a good price, but still kind of sucks that we're getting those issues, especially when the original release didn't have the same problems as that. The only issues it had was somewhat tight joints, which was pretty easy to fix. This, a little bit more annoying when things start falling off, but for the most part, both good figures. I do recommend both of them, especially this Sonic. I mean, obviously him, but especially him because, again, he's my favorite. Anyways, that'll pretty much do it for my review of the Sonic from Wave 2. Again, I highly recommend. I do really like this figure, though the joints, again, do pop off a lot easier on this figure. Hopefully it's something they fix in the future if there is another wave, because it is disappointing to see them going a little bit, I'm not going to say downhill, but just in the way of not keeping up with their quality, which was improving so much with the first wave. This one, again, I don't want to say disappointing because I really like the Sonic. I think the Sonic mold on this, I think his size, I think everything about him, aside from the lightning effect, because again, not a super big fan of it, but I do like it. I want one without it. I think this is the Sonic to get. If you're going to be getting one in the future, go for this one, because again, proportions are better, the paint is better and more accurate, and he just looks better in this size, especially when he's standing next to someone like Knuckles. So that's my opinion on that. Both of them great figures though, so if you want to pick up both, go for both. I wouldn't blame you. I have like 3 of that original one, so obviously I like that one enough. But anyways, that is my review for the Sonic. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Tails will be next, but we might be taking a short break and doing a Halo thing if I get it in the mail tomorrow, which I guess would be on the weekend. So maybe weekend video, yay, and then Tails back on Monday. We'll see how it goes. Trying to keep up this schedule of 3 videos a week, but again, I can't promise nothing because it's me and it just happens. But anyways, once again, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all later. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.